All right, everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome back to my channel. In this video here, I'm doing a 3-year update on my systems. Yes, I have 4 PC systems. 2 entertainment PCs that allows me to watch my Netflix, Philo, Disney Plus, and Paramount. And sometimes YouTube and my Peacock. And if I have to browse, I'll do that. And also, my grandson likes to watch his PBS Kids on the entertainment systems as well. I have a gaming PC, I have an editing PC, and I just recently redid my grandson PC, which I also threw in the test as well too, and he loves it. So let's get into the system specs of what I'm messing with, and y'all could say, hey, this works for Ron, it could work for me too. Now y'all keep in mind, I love using old hardware because the new hardware that's coming out now is not budget friendly. And what I do is just simple PC work, like what I'm doing right here, right now. I don't need a heavy power hungry motherboard or power hungry CPU to go ahead on and do simple tasks and getting the thing done like I do. Now, I still use old hardware. We all know the AM4 platform is a little old. It should be about 8 years old now because that came out in 2016. So we are in 2023. So yeah, it's about 7 years. We're getting close to the end of the year, so it'll be an 8-year-old platform that is still going strong in 2023. 2024, 2025. Oh hell, I can still keep going on if y'all want me to, but I'm not going to bore you. Now, a lot of people use old hardware. My viewers that subscribe to my channel, they updating their system because they want to go ahead and use the new hardware. And they doing a lot of saving, which is okay. Now, if I do decide to update one of my PCs, it'll be my AMD Ryzen 5 3600. I might update the processor to the Ryzen 7 5700X. I'm just waiting on the price to come down a little bit because we got new platforms out, the AM5 platform. And y'all probably saying, Ron, why you don't use the AM5 platform or why you don't use the Intel platform? Because the motherboards for the i13s, the 13th gen, is damn near too power hungry. And the AM5, I don't need all that power. The motherboard got some heavy heat sinks and some heavy power phases. I don't need none of that. I look for all my motherboards that have low voltage regulated modules. I don't believe in overclocking. So those motherboards that I mentioned are for gamers and music producers that push the envelope. They gotta have all that power right there, right at the palm of their hands and at the control of their fingertips. Me, I sample. Just like I said, my gaming rig is on the i7 3770. I play retro games. I was sitting down here playing retro games with my grandson, and he was laughing. He laughed at my Miss Pac-Man. He laughed at my Galaga. He told his grandma, say, "Don't he? Pop-out games are foolish." That's what I like, and that's why I built the system on the i7 3770. Now my grandson, he's on the i7 4770S because he plays in Minecraft, and he on the R9 270 for the GPU. He just play Minecraft. He's 5, he's 6. He don't play those foolish games that all professional gamers play. He don't believe in tag team and teaming up with a group of people to play. I don't believe in that neither. So let's get into the specs. I'm not gonna bore you too long, and let's go. All right, system specs are entertainment rig. Now, like I said, I got 2 entertainment rigs, one in the living room and one in my bedroom. 9 out of 10, I'm mostly in the bedroom, chillaxing, listening to my music, just taking a load off, thinking of new content to create. So that's why I have that one in the room for me. And the entertainment rig is for us to watch movies on Disney Plus with my grandson, or I sit down with him. I watch PBS Kids on that too. So yes, Y'all probably said, "Well, I didn't get the fire sticks because I had updated those fire sticks twice, and I'm not spending no more money on no fire sticks." So that's what I said. Let me just build me a low-end PC that's going to handle my needs, watching my content on my 4K television and my 1080p television. Alrighty. Entertainment PC is on the A8 6500. The CPU cooler is the DS Black CPU cooler. The fans on the cooler is 120 millimeter. The motherboard is the MSI FM2 855M E33. The memory is Tomtech 16 gigabyte DDR3 at 1600 hertz on CL11. The case fans are two Apiva's CO12L Red and the Zelman fan that came with the case. The case is the Zelman T6. The power supply is the Apiva Venus 450 watt. The GPU is the GT241 gigabyte. I plan on updating that later on down the line, but I haven't found the GPU for it yet. Now, the GT240 do handle 1080p. It has a HDMI 1.4a. Now, y'all keep in mind my Spectra 55-inch 4K television is backwards compatible. It does 4K and also 1080p at 60 hertz on both ends. So if I plan on updating that later on down the line to a nice, good, decent GPU, then I'll switch it to 4K. The RAMs, the RPMs of the case fans, the Apiva fans are 1350 RPM, and the Zelman case fan that comes with the T6 case is 1000 RPM. Entertainment PC number 2. It's on the A12 9800. The Zelman CNPS 8X Optima. It's a 92 millimeter fan on it. The motherboard is the ASRock A320M HDV R version 4.0. The memory is the Team Group Elite Plus 16 gigabyte DDR4 at 24 megahertz. The case fans are the Uphair SR12066. It is a 6-pack RGB fans. Just like I said, I hate the RGB puke. I just go ahead and keep it on one simple color, which is blue. My favorite, or I just turn them off from time to time and go to Darth Vader mode. The case is the Rosewood Spectra C100. Yes, I still kept that case because that was an upgrade 3 years ago for my birthday, and I love that case. And Rosewood, if you're listening, please keep making that case. You cannot go wrong with it. The power supply is the Raymac Vortex 600 watt. Yes, it's still going strong for 3 years. A lot of game enthusiasts was talking bad about it, telling me, "Oh, you don't know how to pick PC parts." Oh, I picked the PC part that was available at that time because in 2020, a lot of game enthusiasts decided to open up their business building PCs, and everything was getting sold off the market. So I say, you know what? I'll stick with my ketchup and mustard PSU. The GPU is the Radeon 552 gigabyte. The up here case fans RPM is 1180 RPM. On to the gaming. The gaming, just like I said, is on i7 3770. The CPU cooler is a Thermaltake Contact Silent 12. The fans on that cooler is a double fan system. Yes, I'm using the Rosewood RFA 120K and the Apiva CL512S Black. The motherboard is the MSI B7MA P45. The memory is the Kasuni DDR16 Hz CL11. That is a quad set of 8 gigabytes pushing 32 gigabyte of RAM. Now y'all keep in mind, my highest of my RAM got to be maxed out. If the motherboard say max out to 64 gigabyte, I'm maxing it out to 64 gigabyte. But this motherboard here, the MSI B75MA P45, the max limit RAM capacity of that motherboard is 32 gigabytes. And that's why you see the quad supporting that bad boy. The case fans are the Apiva CL514S BK. Thermaltake. Yeah, I got 4 I got 5 CF 514S BK 140 millimeters, and the Thermaltake, which came with the S100 case. That's on. I threw that in there because it was just sitting in the closet, good to use. The case is the Storage Master. Great case. I love it. I had one comment from a person. He wants to go with the Fractal Define 7. I told him into a comment. I said, if you want to use the Fractal Define 7, and that's the case you're going with, then go for it. Me, I am budget friendly. I do not go over $70 on my PC cases. All my cases gotta be $70 down to $59.99. I have never broke over $70, and I'm not going to pick a date to break over $70. The power supply is the RS Gain AGW 550 80 plus bronze. There's no issues with the RS Gain. Now, Gamer Nexus did a video on it. Saw a power supply that was low. It was gold for RS Gain. Now, during that time, RS Gain had to cut staff due to COVID-19, but they didn't want to disappoint any of the PC market world, stating that we don't have no power supply, there's a power supply shortage. So they had made a little tiny cut. So, and they pulled the SKUs off the that power supply that Gamer Nexus did, and they changed it to 80 plus bronze. And Amazon still rolls with RS Gain as we speak. There's no issue with them. These power supplies are dynamic. I had my power supply going on 2 years strong, and yes, I do game on my system for more than an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it's still pushing, nice and quiet. No issues with it. My GPU is the GTX 1060 3GB. Now, the GPU I want to upgrade to is the GTX 1660 Super 6GB. That's all I need for my gaming. I don't need no more. I don't need no 8. I don't need no 16, no 12. None of that. Because just like I said, I play retro games. And my grandsons laugh at my retro games. So it's really funny. But I love my system. And it has not let me down yet. Now, the case fans on them are the Rosewell of the RPM of the Rosewell is 2000 RPM, and I do have that baby maxed out. So yes, 2000 is loud, it's noisy, and I hear it. Now, when I built my system back in the late 90s, early 2000s, we deal with a lot of noisy 80 millimeter fans. So I'm used to the noise. It's not an issue. To newcomers coming into the building market, y'all hate the noise. I understand. Better props. Y'all waited. Better parts, better product to, fulfill that need for gamers. And the Apiva is 1200 RPM on 5 of them bad boys. So yes, this baby stay nice and cool. I ain't got no issues with it. Alrighty, my editing rig is the Ryzen 5 3600. CPU cooler is the ID Cooling SE224 XT. Fans on the cooler, yes, I had double maxed it. It's the regular fan from ID Cooling, the 120 millimeter, which goes up to 18 RPM, and the Apiva 512S Black 120 millimeter, which goes up to 1350 RPM. The motherboard is the Asus Prime A320MK. The memory is the Zeus 32GB by Team Group. 216 sticks sitting on that bad boy. Yes, sir. The case fans. For the case, I have 5 Apiva 512 LCBLs. They are blue. And I have 3 Rosewells blue RFABL 1201 120 millimeter. The case is the Thermaltake S100. Now, I did do a video on the Thermaltake where I found out from another content creator that Thermaltake stole a case design from Case Labs. But what hurt the Case Lab was they didn't have their product patent. So Thermaltake stole their designs, patented their designs, because it's under Thermaltake now, and forced Case Labs to close. And I made it clear And I'm still going to use it until something happens to it, or I'm the sick and tired looking at the case. I will no longer buy anything from Thermaltake. And I mean what I say. And if Thermaltake, if you are watching, I will not be working with you in sponsorships or anything like that. Y'all do make great products, but it's just the way y'all did it, and it's wrong. The GPU is the FirePro W5100 4GB. The RPMs of the case fans, the Rosereal case fans, which is the blues, are the 1800 RPM, and the Pivas, which is 1350 RPM. My grandson rig, the final rig, is the i7 407070S. It's on the ID Cooling IS60. The RGB fans are the GEM 120, which they don't make no more. I think Uphill brought that company out, so they kind of like merged, and Uphill owns that company now. The motherboard is the MSI H81M P33. The memory is the G-Skills Aorus 16GB DDR3 at 1600 Hertz CL9. The case fan is the GEM RGB 120mm fans. The case is the Deepcool Matrix 30. I love Deepcool products. I did a build for my friend. He loved the system. I used the Deepcool McCube 110. The best damn case I built in by Deepcool. And Deepcool do make some great products. Now, y'all keep in mind everything I'm talking about from the cases, etc., will be in the link in the description below if you want to click on the manufacturer's websites and learn about their parts. That's up to you consumers. If you are into building your first PC and enjoying being a system builder or a PC gamer. Alrighty, the power supply is the RSGain AGV 580 plus bronze. The GPU is the R9 270 2GB. The RPM of the case fans, the GEM case fans, the RGB case fans are 1300 RPM. That's all the systems in the house that I built from 2020, because I just started my channel, to now. Now, just like I said, I've been building systems for 2000, late 90s, late 1990s, late 90s to early 2000s. I was on the Intel Socket 370 low power systems that we love, and when a lot of case PC companies put up videos of old school, yes, and that shows appreciation of where we went from in the late 90s to where we at now in 2023. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead on and put the charts up in the video, and I'm gonna go ahead on and close this out of what I think of the performance of the systems. Will I be changing them, or will I still be rocking with them? Alrighty. Alright everybody, I'm back with the system performance and the final of the video. In the Cinebench Multi scores, as you know, the Ryzen 5 3600 is the beast. It scores 12 threads. It scores 9,157. The i7 4770S scored 4066. The i7 3070 scored 2832. The A12 9800 scored 1804, and the A6 6500 scored 1513. On the single cores, the Ryzen 5 3600 did 1240. The i7 407070S did 942. The i7 307070 did 723. The A12 9800 did 613. And the A8 6500 did 500. On the MP ratio score, the Ryzen 5 3600 did 7.38x. The i7 4770S did 4.31x. The i7 3770 did 3.92x. The A12 9800 did 2.94, and the A8 6500 did 2.83x. The CPU temps. Now I know y'all happy about that. The CPU temps was a little shocking on certain coolers I'm using. The ID Cooling IS60 and on the multi-score, the temps were 83 degrees Celsius. On the ID Cooling SE2240XT was 74 degrees Celsius. Now on that there, I do have the fans turned down because one of the fans it is a PWM, so I can control it a little more. Well, if I boost it up, trust me, 1800 RPM is noisy, 2000 RPM is noisy. So yes, I do hear the brush takes of the fans. The Thermaltake Contact Silent 12, which is a double cooler as well, did 58 degrees Celsius because it is maxed up to 2000 RPM as well as 1350 RPM. The Zelman CNPS 8X Optima did 82 degrees Celsius, and the DS Black CPU cooler did 40 degrees Celsius. I was shocked with that cooler because it's only up with 2 heat pipes on it. But as you know, I don't use high-powered CPUs. If I was on a high-powered CPU, like these CPU watt-hungry monsters, trust me, I've been on the ID Cooling big boys, the XT, the SE227 XT. I mean, thick, heavy monsters. But on the multi scores, the CPU cooler did good. I was kind of disappointed with the Zelman CNPS 8X Optima because it said it is designed for the AM4 platform. I may not be having that cooler seated right on it, so I'm gonna double check that again. And on the single core CPU temps, the ID SE224XT did CPU temps were 56 degrees Celsius. The IS60 is 60 degrees Celsius. The Zelman CNPS 8X Optima came in at 71 degrees Celsius. The Thermaltake Contact Silent 12, 54 degrees Celsius, as well as the DS Black, 27 degrees Celsius. That concludes that. So what I'm going to do next time, I might do another test with the Zelman CNPS 8X Optima, comparing that with the Wraith Stealth cooler, as well as the Thermaltake, the A2 CPU cooler, which is they are low profiles, and we taking the CNPS 8X Optima, and I'm gonna be teaming it with the DS cooler. Yes, and just to see which comparison, which is better. I think the Wraith might beat the CNPS 8X Optima. If it do, I might switch to that there and take the 8X Optima. I might put it on the A8 6500. But overall, system performance is good. For my 3-year update on how my systems have fallen over time, and I cannot complain about that. Will I be upgrading? No. I'm happy with my systems. I'm happy where they are at. I'm happy with the performance of them, and I can't go wrong with that there. It does good. The only thing I have to do is update my Wi-Fi, because I had updated my my Wi-Fi adapter because I'm on the 12 AC, which is 1200 megabit per second, and in the room I'm on a 600 AC Wi-Fi adapter USB with 600 megabits and 1200. I am 600 megabits per second. It's slower than what my router is pushing out, so I might upgrade to that, or I just might disconnect the landline and just run a straight line to the computer in the room because I am sick and tired of buying computer parts. Yes, I am. Just like I said, I want to update my GPUs. I'm looking into the used market. So, but that's later on. They're later on to come down the line. When they go down a little bit, I found a few I want to push used, but I'm not in a rush to upgrade right now. So, other than that, my system's running fine for the 3-year update test. In the next 3 years, the system test will be in 2026 or 2027 when I run the test again and see how they fall off, because systems are getting old, new architects are coming out. So should I upgrade? I really don't want to. So it all depends on me, and we're gonna see how that falls. So I want to thank my viewers who tuned in to watch this segment here. Newcomers, if you're new to my channel, if you like this video, hit the like button. That goes for my viewers, subscribers as well. If you have any comments, post them in the comment section. I love reading. I take time out to read everybody comments. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching. Peace.